Hi everyone, it's Hannah and Kaylin back with Double Talk. So if you've been staying up to date on our website, and if you've just been following us on YouTube, you've probably noticed we've gone kind of quiet over the past couple of months. That's just because we've had so many interviews on the Double Talk website that are exclusive to the site. So if you want to keep up to date, then
you have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah,
if you
so
want to do that.
We'll link to our website so you can make sure that you're, even if we've gone quiet on YouTube for a little bit, you're still keeping up with all the things that we're doing. So anyway, one of those interviews that we had the chance to do earlier this year was with Hungry Girl Lillien, and we talked to her to celebrate the launch of her new Hungry Girl magazine. And now we talked a lot about eating healthy in college and on a budget, which we're about to enter our fourth year of college. We've learned that
how important that is.
They definitely go hand in hand too, and we use her tips all the time to this day.
To this
she
day.
She gave us some great answers and great advice and great healthy eating tips. And now we're lucky enough to have the chance to talk with her about her new Hungry Girl podcast, and we're really just kind of looking forward to hearing about how she kind of took that dive into podcasting. Because I don't know if you guys notice, if you look around these days, everybody seems to be doing a podcast. We were interested to see why she decided to make the leap and do it, as you said, for her and the Hungry Girl brand. So, you want to get right into it?
I'll just jump right in.
Okay. So, Lisa, we were wondering what goes into the process of preparing for each of your podcast episodes. How much of it is written and planned out beforehand, and how much of it do you kind of think of on the spot, or your viewers and listeners think of on the spot?
Wow, making a podcast is really fun, and it's a lot of work, I'm not going to lie, but it's really fun, and a lot of it is planned, and we really think ahead and come up with the topics and come up with all the segment ideas, and then we have to do all the research and gather all the nutritional information and see if we need to work on recipes that we're going to share. And once we have that, we sort of have that outline. And then once we're sitting there actually recording the podcast, a lot of it is just off the cuff fun stories that we come up with on the fly. And I think that's what my favorite part of it is. It's all the stuff that we do that's on the fly that's not planned.
And Lisa, Hannah and I were just talking about how lately podcasting has been so popular. I'm wondering, why do you think podcasting has recently become so popular? And what do you think makes the experience kind of listening to a podcast unique over another listening experience, or I guess viewing experience?
I think podcasts have become popular, and so popular because of how niche-y they are. So no matter what you're into, there's a podcast about it. And you can hear really personal stories and get to know the hosts and feel like you're getting a very close, personal, behind-the-scenes sort of glimpse into that world. So I think that's the thing that people really like about podcasts.
How has the way that you share yourself and your ideas and your recipes and your stories with your audience changed sort of since the start of Hungry Girl? Because since then, social media's expanded, the internet's expanded, and you were actually one of the first people that I think we followed on Twitter.
She's a pioneer. She's
been
around for a while.
Back in 2009, I think. So how has the way that you shared yourself changed since then?
So when I first started Hungry Girl, it was just a daily email service, and all the information was conveyed in the daily email. And there were no blogs, there were no bloggers, there was no social media, there was nothing. There was no competition, and the world has changed so much, and social media has changed everything. It's really a game changer. And so now we are there, wherever the people are. So we're on Facebook and we're on Instagram, and we want to be where everybody is and where people are looking for information, and you have to create content specifically for each medium. And that can be a challenge, but it's also kind of fun.
Do you ever feel pressure to sort of keep up with the mediums and different ways of sharing yourself on social media and anywhere else? Because I know there's always seems to be another app coming out. I wonder if you ever feel like there's pressure to sort of join that and just find another way to share yourself to make sure you're keeping up with everybody.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. There is a lot of pressure to stay ahead and be in every medium. But every now and then you have to just sort of let it go. We spent a lot more time tweeting and being on Twitter, and I was doing a lot on Twitter for a long time. And I realized my audience really isn't on Twitter, so I don't spend as much time there. Same with Snapchat. I'm really focusing on Instagram and Facebook. And of course, the daily emails. And the podcast and the Hungry Girl magazine.
Hungry Girl has been such an established brand, as we've mentioned, for many years now. You've had TV appearances, you've had books, you have a website,
the magazine,
you now have a podcast. And last we talked to you, we had no idea this podcast was coming.
It was right around the corner. We just had no idea that you had it in the works.
So we're wondering what could possibly be next, Lisa. What's next for Hungry Girl?
What's next for Hungry Girl? I don't know. I never know. I just go with the flow, and when fun offers come my way, I usually just say yes, because I just don't say no to anything. So I didn't really plan the podcast. That just sort of popped up and we decided to go with it. Same with the magazine. That opportunity came our way. I'm sure I'll do more books and whatever other TV appearances I can. So we'll see. But thanks for having me on the show.
Lisa, thank you so much for taking the time to answer our questions. And guys, if you want to check out her podcast, it's called Choose the Right Thing. And we listened to an episode and it's really interesting and she has great stories and great guests. So make sure you check it out. Choose the Right Thing. And see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.